welcome to my channel. My name is Lexi, and how is everybody doing today? Alright, so I am going to be working on this section of The Butterfly's Tale by Bex from DPover. I'm going to be using my Forever Young tray, my pen from Miguel Wallart, my Unicorn Farts putty from Pure Bliss Wax Co. And I'm going to be using my Pink Flamingo wax from Pure Bliss Wax Co. Now, this video is going to be a little different than my normal WIP chats. So I have decided that my WIP chats are going to be on Wednesdays. But as you will see in the video that is posted on Wednesday, October 22nd, I am going out of town for a funeral, and it will be on the 23rd that I am leaving. And I don't know if I will be back in time to record my WIP chat on Tuesday night. So my plan here is I'm going to have this intro here, and then I'm going to pause, and then I'm going to just record me doing the section, and I'm going to do a voiceover and maybe do something fun like reading Am I the A-hole stories from Reddit or something like that, and going over those as a voiceover over these, because quite frankly I want to keep my videos, at least my WIP chats, on a schedule. Unboxings and stuff all really honestly depend on when I make orders and stuff, but I want to keep at least my WIP chats on a schedule. So in order to do that, I need to pre-record this ahead of time, and it's not going to be my normal style WIP chat. I hope you all understand, and I hope you enjoy whatever I decide to do for the voiceover. Alright, see you in a minute. So I'm not going to do the Reddit stories as I mentioned previously. I did not get around to it because I was so rushed to pack for going out of state to Kentucky for my mother-in-law's funeral. So anyways, I guess I'll update you on the past 2 weeks since this video did not go out last week. I had it all recorded, I just did not get the time to do any sort of voiceover. So 2 Thursdays ago, me, my husband, and our youngest, who is 11 months old, well, we went on the trip down to Kentucky. Now, we live in North Dakota, so this was like a 17-hour drive. Our daughter has never been in the car for more than like 3 hours, and that was like a round trip, okay? So like 1.5 hours, and then we stopped at my parents and then drove back home after taking a break, feeding her, whatever. So this is the longest drive she has been on, and honestly, she did pretty good until we got to Kentucky, and I solely believe that mostly had to do with the elevation changes, because it's a pretty mountainous, hilly area, and North Dakota is not that. So anyways, we arrived there on Friday afternoon, and we were there until the following Tuesday or Wednesday morning. I can't fully remember. The funeral itself was on Sunday the 26th, and it was rough. After that, we And by we, I mean my husband and I, and then his sister and her boyfriend were the ones who were left to deal with all of their mom's belongings. So that was rough. She did not have any type of will or anything in place, so it was just left to us to sort through it all, decide what to donate, decide what keepsakes to keep, and it was a very obviously emotionally charged time, and it was rough, but we made it through. On Tuesday or Wednesday morning, I can't remember which, I think it was Tuesday, actually Tuesday afternoon, we then headed back out of Kentucky. We stopped at my best friend's. She lives in Missouri, so we stopped there on the way back to North Dakota and spent the night there because obviously we split the drive up both times because it's just not ideal for a baby to be in a car for that long. So we did that. One second, I'm going to take a drink. And it was great to see her. We did have a U-Haul on the way back home attached to our vehicle because of how much stuff his sister wanted to hold on to. It just wasn't viable to, load everything in between the two vehicles that we had because they just had a car. They had rented a car. We have a Suburban, so we could fit quite a bit in the back, especially because the seats can fold up and whatnot in the third row. But there was just not enough space for everything that was wanted to be brought back up. So, anyways, the way that our driveway is, we were not able to park in our driveway the night that we got back. And by the way, we got back home at 1 a.m, 2 a.m, somewhere in there. And of course, my daughter had been sleeping so much in the car. So we got home, and obviously she was excited to be in a familiar place. And she had slept so much already, so she was just wired. So I did not get to sleep till 3, 4 in the morning, and we had to be up at 7 to drive to my husband's dad's to unload the U-Haul because he has this huge shed with a loft space that he had built in it just for storing his kids' stuff if they had extra stuff that they wanted to store and didn't have the space at their own homes, So we left it there. And we had that to deal with. And then we came home. Well, actually, no. Then we went grocery shopping and then came home. And we rested. My husband took a nap. I did not take a nap because my daughter was not about the naps. She had become so accustomed to sleeping in the car that for the first few days back, she had a hard time napping not in a vehicle. So that was a fun time. Let's see. Friday, we had mostly just continued to rest, to be honest. My husband got back into his video game he plays, World of Warcraft, and so he was getting into that, and I was resting and doing what I could to, I guess, just relax for once, because mind you, I have endometriosis, and we went on this trip while I was in the middle of a flare, so my body was just done. And then Saturday we went back out to his dad's to meet with his sister because we had jewelry to go through, and she wanted to get that all sorted through and decided what was going to be donated and what was going to be kept between, the two separate couples or whatever. So we did that, and that was fine, and that was dandy. And we then went to go pick up our youngest son and our second oldest son. My oldest decided to stay a few more days, and that's fine. He's homeschooled, so it's not like he's missing anything. But my second oldest does go to public school, and he needed to come home. So anyways, we did that, and they've enjoyed being home. Oh, we also picked up our dog because my parents were watching our dog. And that was great, and we've kind of gotten back into our routine. I'm back into my diamond paintings. My daughter is napping during the day, not in a car again, which is real nice. My second oldest is currently at school. It is an early out day, though, so he gets out at like 1:30 today instead of technically 2:55. He's in kindergarten, so they get out like 5 minutes earlier than the rest of the school. That's mostly not really because of the fact that they're kindergartners. That's because they get let out of their classroom doors, and that goes straight to the outside, and the school like pickup line is very small. So to not cause an overflow of, like, major overflow of traffic, they let the kindergartners out a little bit early. So that is nice. Anyways, now that we're back into the swing of things, I was also able to finally make putty for my shop. So if you go into my link tree, the second link in that links to my Etsy shop, and I now have 3 different scents for diamond painting putty available. I'm going to have more scents coming in December for a winter drop. The winter drop scents will be limited run, so unless they're like a fan favorite or just highly requested, once my blend of each scent runs out, that scent will no longer be available. So that is my plan there. I am also going to use these scents to create some waxes as well, because I like waxes in my single placer. But I just haven't decided if I want to go the route of putting the wax in like a tin, or if I want to put it into like a silicone mold and make it into a fun shape. So I'm just trying to figure out all the logistics on what I want for my wax to make it different from other waxes that are available, other than the fact that I am creating each scent blend myself. I just want to make things different. So those putties are available. I am also looking into making some cover minders. For right now, it's going to start with cabochons. But I do want to make like acrylic minders with artwork that I design. My issue there right now is that I need a new tablet to do so on. I could probably design some things in Canva too. They do have a drawing function in there and whatnot, but it's complicated. So we will figure it out. I might just start with some fun quote ones that I design in Canva until I can start drawing. I can also have some pre-done drawings that I did a while back that might be saved to my iCloud. I have to double check on that. So we will see. What else? I have made some more progress on this painting. That's more than what you will see on this video. And post review will probably be coming for either by the end of this weekend or early next week. most likely before my next WIP chat is what I'm trying to say, because I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I have about 12-ish sections, and like the last 3 sections are actually going to be smaller sections because I am using those section frames on this diamond painting. Not all the sections are going to end up the same size because the section frames are like too big for that. So that's where we're at with this particular diamond painting. Anyways, I'm sorry I'm very me and rambly today. It's been just such a weird couple of weeks. We're also, while we were gone, I guess I can tell you this too. My second oldest, he wears glasses. He has horrible eyesight. And he broke them while we were gone. So now I need to go figure out if they were under warranty or not. And if not, he's just gonna be without glasses for a little bit because we used all of our emergency fund for, well, its intended purpose of an emergency. Traveling hours away, like 2 days worth of driving away and stuff, is very expensive nowadays. So that's where we're at. Hopefully we can get him new glasses soon. Hopefully next WIP chat will be a little less rambly, but I'm going to end that here, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Please leave a comment down below or like this video and share it out so I can continue to try and grow a small community here. That's all I'm looking for. It's just nice to have people to share a hobby with, and I have found a great community on other social medias, such as TikTok, and I figured why not try a hand at YouTube as well. I know a lot of people use all of the different social medias. So have a great day and enjoy the video. Alright, I am popping back on here just for 1 second to show the section finished. I did cut off the time lapse at a certain point because my daughter woke up. You might hear her in the background right now. Anyways, so this is the section completed, and then I'm gonna pan out. And that's what we have done so far. Now you may notice up here some drills in bags, and I am enhancing this a little bit. It comes with 6 fairy dust, but I wanted to make the butterfly itself more sparkly, so I have some ABs and then a couple more fairy dust that I had that color match to the DMC codes within this kit. And it's actually much more vibrant than what it's showing up on camera. My lighting in here is not great at night, so this is what we're working with. But anyways, here's the update on how far I am on this canvas. I don't know how much further I'll get before we have to head out of town, but hopefully after we get back, it will be a fairly quick workup. Alright, bye.